What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Backstop Banter. Yeah, we're supposed to go live at 9. It's what,
My
9:23
fault.
right now? Yeah, listen,
All
blame
me.
Michael. Nothing, not a single thing to do with me, by the way, people. Just throwing it out there how unprofessional Michael is. It's unbelievable. He's bringing me down, people. Bringing me down.
As you guys can see, this probably looks different from my camera. I don't know what's going on with my computer. Did a Zoom call a couple days ago, and now my screen, my camera will not go. I had my microphone going, and it was working fine, but the screen or the camera wouldn't work. So right now we're going to try to do this by our phone. So if you see a lot of my hands coming at you, it's because I'm getting pop-ups as we speak right now. But yeah, we're going to try to push through this and see how well we can make this work while I try
Michael, I
to
got nothing
reset my
but faith.
computer.
Like, I got nothing
Well,
but
I
faith in this.
appreciate
Why
that.
not? Why not? All right. Well, with that, Michael, let me not get ahead of myself. How are you doing besides, all this commotion? How are we
I
doing?
was doing great. Not doing so well now because I would like to be able to be on my computer to actually do this stream. But other than that, got a lot of done at work today. It's been
Okay.
a little stressful at work, just for the fact one, we're getting in the holidays, it's retail stuff,
Oh, I know, Michael.
and
Don't you worry.
yeah, cutting those watermelons and everything gets very rough for you. I can understand,
It
but
does.
what's killing me is getting transition into my new job, and I'm the second in command now, assistant store manager. So trying to take on new roles and understand them. So it's been difficult, but today was a good day. Tomorrow's great. Got to be at work at 5 a.m. At
Yeah,
least
no
I'll be out
thanks.
hopefully by 2.
I'm good.
Makes the day go by quicker. How about you? How you been doing, Connie?
Oh, why not? We're living the dream. I found
Living the
out that I
dream.
don't have class tomorrow now because I was supposed to film something tomorrow.
Hmm.
The actors that we had can't go anymore. So
Actors.
that well, yeah, I'm a film major, Michael. Come on. Well, not really. I'm a digital media production. So, I got to film things, make movies out here. I've
Gotcha.
made
I
some wonderful
understand.
things. But yeah, so the actors we had can't do it anymore, which means I got off because tomorrow's supposed to be a production day, which means I
Hmm.
got nothing to do now. But we're chilling now. We're a
There we
okay,
go.
Michael. We are a okay. But
I
with
understand.
that being said, let's get right on in to what everybody's talking about. The World Series. We have our champions. Michael, you were correct. Look at you, Michael. The Braves are World Series champions. Kind of an improbable run in a lot of ways, man. It didn't look good at some points. it really
Oh,
did not look
absolutely
good
not.
at some points. Acuna goes down, just to bring up some of the things that makes it so unbelievable. So at the All-Star break, Michael, that's the midpoint of the season. That's,
Hmm.
by then we usually know what teams are good, what teams aren't, blah, blah, blah. They were 44 and 45.
They had
They
a
were a under
losing
500 team. They were not a good
record.
team. Um, I think by the All-Star break they had lost Acuna as well, if I'm
Hmm.
not
I'm
mistaken.
pretty sure somewhere it was at least before the trade deadline. It was very close to the trade deadline because that's when they made the move to get Adam Duvall back.
Yes, what a season, of course. And as you guys can tell, Unwrapped over there on Facebook. Make sure you go check us out over there and on YouTube. We can't see your comments on Twitter anymore. We're a little disappointed about that. So Twitter, I'm gonna need you guys to get it together, okay? Because
Thank
you're
you.
killing us.
Killing
Listen,
us,
Michael,
Smalls.
don't you worry. I'm doing great. I know what I'm doing here. So make
Hey,
sure you go over.
Connie, one thing I want to say that, and I thank you for that because, I am a God fearing man, but I'm actually
Yes,
in the
you are.
works trying to get where we might actually be broadcast on my local radio station. So that would be very cool. And obviously, we definitely got to watch what we say on that sometimes. I got to
Yes, you
watch
know what? That's
some of
a
the things
lot of
I do.
fines right there. That's a lot of fines right there.
That's right.
Um, but yeah, so go check out the YouTube. Make sure you check out the Facebook as well, so we can
Hmm.
see your comments. We like interacting with everybody, of course. Listen, Michael is my co-host. Love the man. Big fan of Michael. Big fan,
Oh, thank
but
you.
he annoys me. So I need somebody else to talk to. Okay,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. The love
Michael,
of
you
my
feel the
life,
same
too.
way about me. Don't worry.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know how I'm fantastic, but
Yeah.
anyway.
I love you to the
So
moon and stay there.
like I said, 44 and 45 at the All-Star break, Michael. I will give you a hint. I don't know if you've seen this number or not. Of what do you think the chances of them winning the World Series was at that point?
At that point, I mean, even in our show where we said the NL East is absolutely horrible, there's no way that they do anything. We thought this was going to be the Mets, and they blew it. And then we were like, well, maybe the Braves. And then, of course, Acuna got hurt. I would say, I would say it was almost probably like 1,500 to 1. And that's me just trying to guess at those odds. But they were probably around like
No,
the
no, Michael, give me a
24th.
percentage here. Give me a percentage.
Okay, percentage. I would say they probably had a 15% chance to win.
Oh, Michael, you are so cute.
Is it?
Imagine 15%. You wish it was 15. Michael, it was a 0.3.
Oh,
They had
my.
a 0.3% chance.
Wow.
0.3% chance.
Goodness. Thanks for saying I'm cute, by the way.
Well, I gotta do my good deed for the day. I gotta lie sometimes. But yeah,
Thank
a
you.
0.3% chance to win the World Series at that point. And then, Michael, do you know what they did after the All-Star break?
Oh, I say it went down after the All-Star break.
Oh no, Michael, they went 44 and 28 to end the season.
Oh, you're saying the whole year. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
thought you meant what the percentage went right after because, their accidents, everything like that. So they went, what was their final record? 44 and what?
they went 44 and 28 after the All-Star break.
Wow. That was, honestly, that was unnoticed there.
No, it
Like,
was because you started looking at a lot of the teams. The Yankees had that run where they won like what 17 games in a row. Then you had the Cardinals
Cardinals.
win all those games in a row. You had the Dodgers who had the best record in baseball, actually, believe it or not, after the All-Star break. So they were kind of a team that was just there, and it was mainly because they were under 500 at that
Right.
point. I think that they are only the second team in MLB history, by the way, to win the World Series after being 500 at the All-Star break. I believe it's like
Wow.
the Cardinals in like 19 something. I can't remember the exact date, but an improbable run. It really was. They lose Acuna, they lose another outfielder. I believe they had Ozuna, who had a bunch
Ozuna.
of domestic violence charges.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he didn't get hurt or anything, but he never played again because that's all being investigated as it should
Right.
be. So they literally had to go out and remake their offense, or remake their entire outfield. They went and got Jock Peterson from the Cubs. I believe he was
Mm-hmm.
on, right? Uh, they went out and got Soler, who I actually, when I was doing some research for this, it said that he was batting 182 at the All-Star break when they got him.
Wow. They were in desperation, actually.
They
Let's
went
just
out and
be
get
honest.
Duvall. I mean, no, they
Duvall.
they had no reason. And you know what, Michael? Here's the very interesting thing, and I don't know if you've thought about it this way either. If they're in any other division in baseball, they don't win the World Series this year.
They didn't make the playoffs.
No, I don't even think it's that. Because, well, I mean, yes, that is technically true, but I mean it in this way. The only reason that they went out to make trades was because they knew that the division was so bad and that they were never out of it.
Right.
Like, if this is a different division and they're out of it, they're like, okay, well, we're not going to make trades to make our team better. We're obviously not going to make the playoffs this year. They only made those trades because they knew the division was bad
Mm-hmm.
and that they still had a chance at it. And it's crazy to think like so many things have to happen in order for you, to go on and win the World Series. I think baseball really is the ultimate like what if kind of sport.
Oh,
It really
definitely.
is to me because let's just take this. What if the Cardinals go on that 17 or whatever 19 game win streak like
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks later? Like they started it 2 weeks later. That probably carries them into the World Series. What if the Yankees go on their run, late in late in September into October? They could win the World Series. What if,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the Dodgers don't lose Muncy and things like what if they don't lose Dustin May and all those things?
Right.
It's such a weird sport. And we sit here and we always try to predict it. And obviously we do that because, we love watching it. And this is what you do on shows. You sit down, you try to predict things and see if you're going to be right about it. And it is so hard to do it. Like baseball doesn't make sense. I really feel like basketball, you usually the best team wins. I mean, I can't really think of a time where we looked at a team, we're like, wow, I cannot believe they won. I mean, maybe when, what was it, the Mavericks? No. All those usually 8 seed. What 8 seed was it that won that won a title, or they at least won in the first round?
Oh shoot! Well, I want to say, the Mavs was definitely one that people questioned because it was just Dirk, and they were going up
Yeah.
against LeBron and everyone. So yeah, I definitely think them.
I mean, you look at football. Sometimes you can kind of say that a team won that you didn't think, but usually they end up a better team ends up winning because even though it's one game, the better team usually does win that one game. Basketball, when you have the best players, you usually win. I really do think if you ranked the Braves roster, there's no way that they're the best team in baseball. I'm sorry. There's not a chance that they're the best team in baseball. I think the Dodgers were better. I think the Giants had a better roster this year. I think Houston was actually a better team. I think the Rays were a better team. I think the Yankees were a better team. I mean, it's so weird. It really is about getting hot at the right moment.
Like, even losing Morton during the World Series with a broken foot got us on that. And then, you think even the other ones that you mentioned that were not there, Acuna and so on, like everything that went wrong with this team, it's like it never stopped. It did not matter what they did. They were just going to win. Like, I even thought when the pearl necklace broke, I was like, oh no, like it's over with. Like this is the superstition that
That's
just
the bad
happened.
juju.
Yeah, and Jock said that somebody flew out and it cost so many thousands of dollars to get made and put back together. It didn't matter what went on, they were just winning this World Series. I think everyone almost thought it was going to be Game 6, win World Series. It just, even I watched the full game of that one, and it was like everything that could happen was just like, nope, that's going to Braves way. It doesn't matter. Yep, that's definitely going to be a strikeout call right here. Yep, it just, everything that happened was just flat out, it was the Braves' time. And sometimes you just can't stop the baseball gods. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, and then you do start looking at the numbers and you can kind of understand it. So they had a postseason ERA as a team of 3.28, and that's very good. Like your pitching was very good during the World Series, obviously, and I think baseball is the ultimate, like, it's weird. Like momentum doesn't matter to me in baseball because you can go out and win 25-0 in a baseball game and all the momentum's on our side. And then the next game, the pitcher has the game of his career and shuts you out. Like momentum doesn't mean anything, but in a weird way,
it does.
Pitchers might be the most important position in all of sport. And I know that sounds crazy. I mean, you obviously look at the NFL and quarterbacks. If you don't have a good quarterback, you can't really win. But I mean, even then, there's been situations where with defense can carry. You look at the the Ravens in 2000. You look at the '85 Bears and all that. Like those teams didn't have those great quarterbacks, but pitchers might be the most positioned in all of sports just because if they're good that day, you win. And you don't even have to be good for the season. Like I said, if you are good that day, you're the team savior. And if you're bad that day, your team is probably going to end up losing unless the bats go crazy and they can dig themselves out of a hole. But I think pitching gets underrated in this era, especially just because we're kind of so used to all the home runs and the big numbers and how far some of these home runs go and the analytics of, oh, that ball was 120 miles an hour off the bat and blah blah blah. But I mean, you look at pitching, and if you don't have it, it's hard for you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but at the same time, I do think baseball does have somewhat of momentum. But obviously, like you said, a pitcher could shut it down at any time if they've got their stuff. But sometimes I think the batters, and it's almost, you can kind of see it's contagious when one gets a hit and they just get pumped up. It's almost like the ball is a beach ball coming down to them. It doesn't matter what's going on. Like even watching the Braves, like obviously I'm a Reds fan and you see the pictures and I've watched, as far as the speed and everything, it's pretty much the same what was going on. But I felt like when the Braves pitchers, whoever it was, the starting pitcher or the opening pitcher, it didn't matter. It looked like it had a lot more pop to it, and there was no way Houston was catching up to it. It almost looked like they were trying to hit a needle with their bat. There was just no way, nothing that they could do was going to happen with that. And of course, that again is going with the pitchers. But I also felt like the batters for the Braves, it didn't matter what was going on. They were making contact no matter what. And that's why, for the fans that are even watching this right now, like you can't be a casual fan and love baseball. Like it's very suspenseful. If you're watching it just to be watching it, like I'm sorry, there's more that you could be doing. You could be playing Among Us on your phone right now instead of just casually watching baseball. Like that's you can't just watch it to be watching.
Doing. You know what they can't do and play Among Us and watch us, Mike, because we're very entertaining. Top
That's
tier.
Right. That is right.
Top tier.
But when you watch the game and learn it and see what's going to go on and see what these managers and pitchers are thinking, like 0-2 count, okay, obviously I'm going to try to get him to chase something in the dirt, or a 2-0 count, okay, he's got to pitch something close because he can't get behind 3-0, so I'm ready to swing. Getting the kind of mindset, it truly is a chess game, and I think sometimes the momentum helps those chess games out too. So I will agree with you, but I also want to disagree a little bit and say that I do think batters have also quite a bit of sorry, I think I might have fixed my problem here. Of momentum too. There we go.
Oh no, I can absolutely agree with that. It's definitely not all on the starting pitcher, but I think, like I said, in our time of baseball right now, we've kind of gotten away from them. Like we obviously know that some of them are great. You look at DeGrom, you look at
excuse me,
Cole, you look at Walker Buehler had a great year this year. Robbie Ray probably going to win the Cy Young in the AL this year. So I think we've gotten away from appreciating, what good pitching does, especially in the era of the bullpen too, because it's sort of like, oh, your starting pitcher wasn't good today. Well, we're just going to go to the bullpen anyway. But those workhorse, like what Max Fried did in Game 6. I think he pitched 6 innings. I don't think he gave up a run. Like that's important.
Absolutely.
Because here's the thing. The Braves had just lost a game at home where they hit a grand slam. I thought the game was over. I thought they were ending it in 5.
Was it first inning grand slam?
Yeah, first inning grand slam. And then all of a sudden I come back and I look the next inning and wow, was that a catch? What just happened? Sorry, distracted by the football game real quick. But you look at that game and I turned it off and I turned it back on, and next thing I know, the game was tied. And then I turned it back off, I turned it back on, and they were losing. So it's almost like, yeah, the bats can do a lot, but if you just don't have the pitching, nothing happens. If you took Max Fried from Game 6 and could have put him in Game 5, the series is over in 5. Like the pitching really, determines a lot, and it was kind of an improbable run. And like I said, they had a team postseason ERA of 3.28. And then here's the other thing too. You look at their bullpen; they were unbelievable as well. Will Smith and Jesse Chavez, 17 in the third innings. Michael, how many runs did they give up?
15 to 3?
0.
0?
That is 0 ERA, 17 the third inning. I mean, it's little things like that. You need contributions from everybody. And, I really do like what you said, too, that, baseball really is that chess match, because I've talked to a lot of people. Obviously, we have a baseball show, Michael. We like baseball.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
And, I talk to those people, and it's always like, oh, I don't like baseball. It's kind of boring. I'm like, well, do you understand it? And not even in like a condescending way. It's do you understand what's going on? Like legitimately. And they're like, no, not really. Like I never got into it. And I'm like, that's why you don't like it. Yeah. Baseball is a sport you kind of have to understand to appreciate. And I know that, probably drives some people away, because some people just want to sit down, watch a sport and be like, okay, I know the general idea, like football. Listen, they got to get into the end zone. It's simple enough. Basketball, the ball has to go in the hoop. Simple enough.
Right.
But baseball, it really is all those little things. It's the 1-2 count. Am I going to try to make him chase? Am I going to what areas of the strike zone does he not hit well, see well? Does he struggle against this pitch, that pitch? Like there's all those little things that really make baseball that chess game, like you said. And once you understand it, to me, it's really is like such a beautiful game. You have the pitcher mindset of what he wants to do, but he's trying to listen to his catcher as well. And then the batter's sitting there like, okay, what is he going to do this or is he going to do that? And it's a great sport. I really do think that like more people, if they would understand it, they would definitely enjoy it more as well.
Oh, absolutely.
But we'll get there one of these days, Michael. Me and you are going to make baseball a global sport again.
We're going to make baseball great again.
Facts.
Can I say that?
I mean, whatever. You know what? Why not?
And what actually got me into baseball and really loving it, actually trying to expose it, if you will, was David Weathers. He was a closing pitcher for the Reds. Like, he was a heavier guy. He kind of looked like me. You didn't think he was going to do good. But it seemed like I just, for some reason, I won't say I connected with him, but like I knew and understood exactly what he was going to do. And Chris Welch, shout out Chris Welch, who I've tried to get to come on the show. He's a broadcaster for the Reds who used to play. He was a pitcher. So listen to him talk and kind of get into the meat of it a little bit and kind of tell what's going on helped out a lot too. But it always seemed like David Weathers would get up an 0-2 count on them and do like a breaking away ball where you try to get them to get at it. And if they don't, who cares? You got that one pitch. And then the next pitch was always inside. You're like, okay, you've got his depth of reaching way out here where he's check swinging at it. And you come back in and it's going to come on to him fast and it's going to look a lot faster what it is. And if they don't bite on either one of them, well, you throw a fastball outside and then they expect it to go into break again and they're punched out every time. I mean, it was just perfect. I mean, it was poetic, really.
Yeah, I think baseball is kind of that sport for a lot of people as well because, I mean, you just look at the different people that have played it. You can look at Bartolo Colon, a big dude. You would never
40s.
think that he's irrelevant. Yeah, he's playing into his 40s. He's got a nice gut on him. Doesn't look like your typical god who plays football. I mean, football players take off their shirts; they got 26 packs underneath. Bartolo Colon takes off his shirt; he's got a keg. So there's a little bit of a difference there, and then you can go to Altuve, who's 4'10" on a good day. I still hate Altuve. Still can't say anything good about him.
We know.
Yeah, Aaron Judge, who's 6'8", 275, should be playing tight end, and he's still somehow one of the better players. Like, there really is somebody for everybody to look up to, and baseball really just definitely connects with a lot of people, I would say. But also, these trades, the trades were unbelievable. Like you said, was Eddie Rosario a trade as well, I believe?
I think so. He didn't start with the team. I know that. I don't know if it was just a pickup or anything like that.
Guess what? NLCS MVP batted .383 in the postseason. .383. The next closest on the team was Mr. Freddy Friedman, and he batted .303. 80 points better.
I was going to say, in an era where if you're batting 240, 250, you're doing good.
Yeah, I mean, you bat 290. If you bat 300 at all, 300 on the dot, you might win a batting title these days. So, batted .383, NLCS MVP. I think he had like 23 hits or 25 hits in the postseason, which I think was second all time, which is just an unbelievable number. And then you even go over to Soler, who was another person that obviously, like we said, got traded onto the team, batted 300, had a 391 on-base percentage, 800 slugging percentage, 6 hits. He only had 6 hits in the World Series. 3 of them were home runs. He had 6 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 3 walks, and he only struck out 7 times. He only had 6 hits in the World Series and was World Series MVP. But here's the other thing, too. That kind of proves to me that hits don't matter sometimes. It's the time of them. Because, Michael, I don't know if you agree with me or not. Once he hit that home run, the game was over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like
go
they
ahead.
just kind of kept adding to it after that.
Oh no, they absolutely did. And that's another thing. That home run, that was listen, you want to talk about home runs and how far some of them go?
Oh
Just
yeah.
listening and seeing the reactions of a bunch of people, like that was a very far home run. Listen, shout out my guy Michael K. As I always say, was listening to the show today, and they were talking about the World Series, obviously, and obviously Michael K, the Yankee announcer, he's been to they play the Astros. He's been there. He said, "I've never seen a ball hit there ever."
Really.
So I mean, so Larry was doing something. He
Hmm.
did something right. And then Michael, you said in the chat, and I think that it was a really cool thing as well of how
Oh, thank you.
global the sport really is.
Hmm.
You had we're probably gonna have the MVP be from Japan. Uh, Soler is from where?
I said it in the
I,
chat.
I know you did. Let me look him up. I want to get this right. I don't want to, Jorge
I know I mentioned
Soler.
Vlad Jr. He's
Oh,
actually
Soler
he
from
was
Cuba.
Cuba, because Vlad he was raised in Dominican, but he's actually born in Canada.
I mean, there's just people from all over
Hmm.
winning winning big awards in baseball. So another
Yes.
cool thing to see there. But yeah, just a kind of an improbable run for them. I mean, you go back and you look at it. I didn't see it happening. Obviously, Michael, you had them winning the World Series this year. I think. Oh, Michael, let's be honest here. You had them winning the World Series with their normal team,
It
and
doesn't
even
matter who.
oh, listen, I know it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying.
Doesn't matter
You
who.
had your doubts even when we were picking. You said that you were only picking them because you did it from the beginning of the year.
Hey, I stay true to my gut, and look what happened. I look like
You
a
know,
genius.
you make a good point. You do make a good point. But yeah, I mean, you look at their run. They beat the Brewers, who were obviously better than them throughout the regular season, of course. Well, yeah, throughout the regular season. Then they go on and beat the defending champion Dodgers, who
Hmm.
what had 105 wins or something. I want to say. Um, and
Oh yeah.
then they go on and beat the Astros, who have been in the World Series 3 out of the last 5 years, and had a solid season in itself. So a great run by them.
Crazy.
And I think what we can all say is the most important part was that Freddie Freeman got that ring.
Oh, definitely.
Big. I needed that. Like I have you ever watched the E60 on Freddie Freeman?
I have not.
He's got kind of an emotional story.
Really.
Yeah, he has a couple brothers, I believe. His mom ended up dying when he was, at a younger age. I think like 11 or 12. She had cancer. Um, so she ended up dying. And then one day, crazy story, his dad, believe it or not, was like not feeling well or something. And
Hmm.
Freddie was like, no, we have to go to the hospital. And his dad was like, listen, I'm not going. And like Freddie just wouldn't leave him alone. And he was like, all right, fine, whatever. And the doctors came in and was like, oh, good thing you came because if you went to sleep, you weren't waking up.
Oh
I guess
wow.
he had like a blockage in his heart or something like that, and he had to change his diet and get a surgery and all things like that. So I mean, just
Hmm.
a great story from him. Oh, look at that, Michael! You're joining. Oh no, you're not. No camera.
I still don't have the camera. I've got audio now, but I don't have camera. Somehow my microphone it said it was blocked, but my camera is not. So go figure. My bad. I was hoping it would work there. I'm going back out. There we go. I'm still working on it, guys. Trust me. I don't like looking down at this camera or my phone here.
Yeah, but Freddie's got a nice story, and we're happy that he won his ring. Dusty doesn't get his, and another underlooked one. Ron Washington was on the Brave staff. He got his ring as well.
That is
So
true. That is true.
I think he's been in baseball for like 50 years, something like that,
Goodness.
and hadn't gotten his. I think he made it to the World Series twice before that. Obviously, most recently with the Rangers that one year when Nelson
Mm-hmm.
Cruz just couldn't make that catch. I don't know why he was playing the outfield. That should have never happened, but
I tell you what, this is a good angle for my beard, though, ain't it? I'm sorry.
I'm going mid at best. Definitely going mid at best.
I'm jealous.
Listen, I look fantastic. You see this though? I gotta shave this little part right here because it
What
starts
part?
getting into the mouth, and it's real annoying. Hey,
Yeah,
it's going
I know
right
what
over
you're
the
talking
lip.
about here.
Michael, you act like you're so much better.
I mean,
Like I said, mid. Yeah.
not even curls. Is that sad? Like it's actually longer. Anyways, so speaking of World Series, now that it's over, what's next? Congratulations, Braves. Congratulations, Freeman. Congratulations, young
Yes.
Freeman kid. But now
Well,
what?
Michael, before we get to the free agents, I
Mm-hmm.
want to get into somebody who won't be a free agent, even though he technically could have been, because Buster Posey has retired. Yes, he has. It's a sad day over there in the baseball world. Uh, he won an MVP, 3 times World Series champion. He was a Rookie of the Year, 4-time Silver Slugger, won a Gold Glove, 7-time All-Star, and a 1-time batting champion as well.
And a one-time
Michael,
broken foot.
I was going to say, what do you think he's most known for? Because listen, I know that he had a great career, but it really might still be the Buster Posey rule. You can't no more plowing over catchers, and that's because of him.
Oh, absolutely. I think, sadly, it'll always be like, oh, what could have been with him because that hurt him quite a bit. And then, I mean, it changed the game, at least the style and the rule there. But I think he's a great player, will always be a great player. But at the same time, I kind of think that that's going to always be his little calling card is what happened to him on that play.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bad hit. It really
Oh,
was.
absolutely.
I mean, it knocked him out. How wasn't he
That
out
was
for like
probably
a year and a half?
he was a year, I think, at least a year, I know. But I would say that was probably the worst injury I've seen in baseball.
Um, I mean, there's been a few. You remember? I don't know if you remember all those years ago, Kendrys Morales when he hit the walk-off home run and jumped on home plate, broke his ankle.
I remember that, but I mean, that's your own fault being stupid. And it was kind of hidden a little bit. Oh, wow, Celtics beat the Heat 95-78. That's amazing. Anyways, uh, that one was, in game, mid play, like everyone's going 100 miles per hour, and then you just kind of seen that leg flop there a little bit. I feel like that was way worse than I think it was Angels, right? When he jumped on the plate and broke his ankle and he was done for the
Yeah,
year. Like, that, forgive me, but that's a moron
yeah.
injury
I
to
mean,
me.
everybody does that.
Yeah.
Everybody jumps on home plate.
But Buster, it was, a bang bang flop. Like it's almost like I
He
want to
got
say it's
a.
Kevin Ware from the Louisville Cardinals college
Oh no,
where that,
there's
yeah,
nothing worse than that. That was disgusting.
that one was bad. But I
That
mean,
one was
Buster's ankle
repulsive.
was out. Oh yeah.
Now, Michael, I got a question for you though, and this is
No,
where
it's
it
not
gets a little
moonshine. It's actually
interesting.
water.
Well, no,
Okay.
not that. Although my mom did find this one brand. It's called I don't know what actually I don't know what the brand's called, but it's Butter Pecan Moonshine. One of the greatest things I've ever had in my life.
Oh yeah. Where's it made at?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'll check out the bottle for you, Michael. After
There you go. I'd say it's probably Kentucky or Tennessee. Probably
I would,
Tennessee
I
to be
would,
honest with
I would assume. I probably would assume. Now, do you? It seems like a simple question, but is Buster
you. I'm a
Posey a
simple
Hall of
man.
Famer?
I think yes. And I know there's been some controversy going on. I can't remember the other guy that they were talking about that should be a Hall of Famer if Posey is because he has 5 rings. Uh, do you know who they were talking about? Have you seen that?
Well, there is somebody that I have compared to Buster Posey that I think needs to be in the Hall of Fame, and in fact, Mister. Oh gosh, I can't say now. I forgot his name. Oh no, not the person. I just forgot forgot the person who agreed with me.
Oh,
It
okay.
was Hold on, I'm gonna find it right now. Nick Davis, the producer of the Mets 30 for 30 that I had the pleasure of interviewing, agrees with me on this point.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll tell you some numbers first, Michael. So this player
Okay.
has 58 more hits than Buster Posey.
Yeah, I think I shared that on Twitter. I can't remember who it was. Valdez.
No, well, you're totally wrong.
Keep
Totally
going,
wrong.
because he's got
All right,
5 World
so
Series to his 3.
well, I don't know how many World Series this person has. Honestly, I should probably know that considering. Uh, hold on, I could probably. Oh, did he not win a World Series? Is that possible? Yeah, I don't. Michael, it's not important. But this player was also an MVP, a Rookie of the Year, a 7-time All Star. Has 58 more hits than Posey. He does have less doubles by about 60. He has about, what is that, 20, 22, no, 23 more triples than Posey. He has less home runs by about 40, has less RBIs by about 20. He has more stolen bases, less walks, less strikeouts. The batting average is only 10 points.
I mean, I don't think Buster Posey was like Hot Wheels out there trying to steal bases, though.
I'm just saying. So the person I'm comparing him to is Thurman Munson, who should definitely.
Okay.
Come on, Michael. You don't know who Thurman
No,
Munson
it
is?
wasn't the name that I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I got a little concerned here, and he's not in the Hall of Fame. And I mean, are those numbers that I just mentioned for Posey that much different than his?
I mean, it's back and forth, really. One here, one there, and it's their strong points. I mean, I hate to say this because it goes against everything I ever say, but Posey is the kind of guy though that everyone just falls in love with. Like he's everyone's favorite player. He's got that caliber. It's like a Freddie Freeman. Like it doesn't matter who you cheer for, you love Freddie Freeman. And
Munson also won 3 Gold Gloves and won 2 World Series. Sorry, I didn't see that on the other page, so I wanted to throw that in there for relevancy.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Listen, I'm
but
giving
that's
the
my
people
thing.
here full context, Michael. That's what they're here for.
That's right.
Greatness.
That's right.
And for you to fix your computer. But we all know this is just not happening.
I am trying, guys. I am 35 years old. I don't even know what I've done.
You might have
Seriously,
to call tech support.
Is that a thing? Can I call a geek? Is that what they had at
Geek Squad over
Best
there at
Buy?
Best Buy? Oh yeah.
Yeah. You think I have a Best Buy here though?
Really?
No.
That's crazy.
No.
Michael, you got to
move.
The
closest Best Buy is at least 2 hours away.
Michael, you got to move.
No.
Have to. I can't have you living in the middle of no. Listen, what if your house caught on fire? Knock on wood. Probably
it has caught on fire before.
Oh, that's awkward. All right,
say my 2 dogs in it, man. Thanks, man.
Oh,
it's a rough time.
God, see. All right, fine. Different example. We'll go with a different example. Michael is home alone. Everybody, picture this. It's a couple of weeks before Christmas because there's snow on the ground now. Michael's over there trying to be the big man that he is and shoveling the deck. Slips right down the stairs, broken leg. Michael, I'm telling you right now, 45 minutes before the ambulance even gets there.
Yeah, you're right.
That's we can't have that, Michael.
Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this. Sorry, I forgot this is different angle. You can see everything I do here with my hands. My aunt, she actually has passed away now, but back when she was alive, she had some stuff going on where we actually did have to call an ambulance for her. And we live 15 minutes from the hospital here, right? There's actually a intersection here on our highway where usually you can pass and see an ambulance where the people are inside asleep waiting to be called, legit. But we called and it took them 45 minutes to get there. When they got there, they said, "Oh, we went to another road that has the same name on it." We're like, "Yes, but that's not in the same like little small city. Like, are you serious?" And then they actually went on to tell us that the road that we live on Google Map hasn't updated yet, so they kind of were guessing. which is pitiful because you can go on Google Map and I can actually show you my house from where we're at. To be fair, city ambulances are any
Listen,
faster.
I could call 911 ambulances at my house. 10 minutes.
Really? I'll put it to you this way: if anyone in my family gets hurt or anything like that needs an ambulance, I will have them to the hospital before the ambulance can get here. Like, I can handle the curves. Okay, that's what I would do. Even if I broke my foot, I probably would drive myself. Even
2
if it was
broken
my right
legs,
foot.
Michael. You got to drag yourself back to the house. You're dead. You need life alert.
I mean, let's be honest.
I
If
know what
I
I'm
would do
getting you
something
for
like that, I'm dead
Christmas.
anyways.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas, Michael.
A life alert.
Getting
I'm
you a life
falling and I
alert.
can't get up.
Yeah, you know what? It just has to happen. Not Michael.
I
I
understand.
I won't be able to sleep at night now. I'm nervous about you.
You know what? It happens.
I'm trying to get my.
You know how to fix a computer.
Listen, this man Michael is struggling out here. You might have to drive those
I'm
2
on the
hours to
struggle bus.
your local Best Buy, and I guarantee they have it done in about 30 seconds.
Oh, I'm sure it's like, dude. Like I did click on something and it said it was trying to run my camera in another app, but I don't know how to find what my apps are. This is a
Michael,
computer. It's not a.
what browsers you got on there? You got Google Chrome. What else you got?
I got Google Chrome and I've got Microsoft
Yep.
Edge.
I think StreamYard
that-
works with Microsoft Edge.
Do what?
I think StreamYard works with Microsoft Edge. So why don't you click on
I tried that. Same thing.
the camera thing?
Yep.
Now, see, that's just an interesting development. That is absolutely an interesting development. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can help you, Michael. It's just an unfortunate thing. But
yeah, what's worse
whatever.
is I've got a show in a couple of days to do this right back. That sucks. Like, I mean, who cares about the show with you? I mean, you're horrible.
Well, it's because I carry you. Nobody really pays attention to you, Michael. So
Exactly.
it doesn't even matter if you're here or not. In fact,
Exactly.
I was going to do the show alone. I was hoping that I actually could, but Michael decided to pull out the phone.
Did you sabotage me somehow?
Oh, well, listen, I don't, expose myself, so.
You about pulled it off here. Anyways, let's get into some free agency.
Yes, Michael. Now, do you want to go with your list? Because I believe you have the top 16, and I just put together some random ones.
Well, it doesn't matter. I just kind of did this for myself. I actually found it online where I didn't do this.
You actually printed it out.
Yeah, I printed it out because
while the year old.
Well, this way I can actually mark people out and keep it updated and be like, okay, this person went here and that person went there. I thought that would kind of be nice. But the number one catcher that's on free agency is Buster Posey, so we will mark that out.
That's just simply awkward.
He retired. As far as that, we've got, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Me trying to pronounce these names.
Well, Michael, I got you. Let me just pull up the article.
Mike Zunino.
Oh, look at you.
Ooh, look at there. He has a club option. He's 31 years old. The next one's Manny Pena, and then Tucker Barnhart, who actually just got traded from my Reds to the Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So already,
Pie Detroit's a big fan of them.
Do what?
I'm a big fan of the Pie Detroits.
Pie Detroits. I was going to say Tigers.
That's what you said.
Tigers Detroit. But after that, Christian Vasquez.
The last one.
Here. But other than that, already two of the top 4 have already been either retired or have been traded to another team. So pitching position is already filling up. Freddy Friedman,
the other ones are club options, so we don't even know if they're actual outright free agents yet. Because if they pick up the club option, then they're not.
Yeah, the only one that doesn't have the club option in the top 5 is Manny Pena. Okay. And he's 34 years old, so.
Michael, how about this? I have the top 50 free agents position list, of course.
Go ahead.
All right. So number 1, I think we can agree with this, is Carlos Correa.
Yes.
Obviously the shortstop with the Astros. He can get a lot of money. And, I don't know if you paid attention to the press conference after the World Series. He kind of said, yeah, I did go up to the plate thinking like, damn, this can be, my last at bat as an Astro. They had
Ooh.
made him an offer earlier on in the year, I believe, and I think that he thought it was kind of disrespectful, actually.
Mm.
So I think that he's leaving. I don't think he's going to be back. And obviously, the instant connection goes to the Yankees because they need a
Hmm.
shortstop. I've heard a lot of people say the Tigers, um, which I guess for the money can make sense because I guess they have money, but I don't know why he would want to
Well,
go there. Like, don't get me
I
wrong,
will
money is
say
fantastic, but don't
the
you want
Tigers
to have a
did
chance at
look
winning?
they did look pretty good after the break. Like they were winning quite a bit. They were in dead last almost, and then actually did make a very good push. So I'm not going to dog them on that because they did look pretty well.
Eh,
So they're interesting. I know even Tucker Barnhart, again a Reds fan, he's already talked about how he's going to be 100% committed. Of course, he's going to be saying that, but he said he's really excited about the lineup that they have and some of the young pitchers, and just talking about how leaps they made during the season. So watch out for the Tigers next year. I'm not saying they're going to be the Braves of this year, but I think they're going to make a little bit of noise. And if they have a good off season, who knows?
Yeah, baseball is kind of like that sport too, though, where one off season really can change a lot of things, especially if you can just sit there and spend whatever money you want because there's no salary cap.
Hmm.
So yeah, Correa's number one, obviously. He's been very good. Let's see. The primary, just read a little bit of the synopsis that they have on him. Primary
Ooh, nice
knock on
word.
him was staying healthy, but he played 148 games this year, 26 home runs, 92 RBIs. He had a 7.2 WAR, which that number actually led AL position players. He has a 131 OPS plus. He's a very good defender. So yeah, and that's the other thing too. What I like about Correa is I feel like in the big moments he steps up as well. I feel like
Hmm.
he's always played good in the postseason. So that's obviously a plus on him. And it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. The I almost said wide receiver market because I'm watching the football game right now, but uh, the shortstop market, Michael, is obviously going to be flooded this year because there are going to be so many, free agent shortstops. But I think that he's kind of the golden goose of the bunch, to say the least.
I don't know. You got Trevor Story that's also there. He's a couple years older, but here's the little stat that my sheet shows is that Carlos WAR was 6.6, Stories is 6.0. So I mean, I feel like they're pretty close. And the next one, of course, is Sager, which is 5.5, and then
Seeger,
you have Javi. Huh?
Seeger,
What did I say? Sager. Seeger.
you
You're right.
did.
And then I was looking at Baez, trying to look on ahead of her. I apologize, but I don't think Baez is going to be very exciting
Yeah.
anymore. I think he does sign back with the Mets just because, well,
Oh,
I mean, he had his spout, but then almost as soon as it happened and everything got said, he started playing a little bit better and they kind of started liking him, I feel like.
yeah. You're not
Where
wrong.
would you think he would go? I mean, back to the Cubs. The Cubs loved him, but after you've seen what he did, who's going to sign him now?
Yeah, I, I don't know. I see. Here's the thing. I feel like you almost have to re-sign him as a Met
Hmm.
because you trade. Like, here's the thing that, and this is kind of Mets being Mets. The Yankees got Rizzo for nobody big. They got Gallo for nobody big. You even look at what the Braves did. They got all those players for nobody big. The Mets traded their number one draft pick from like 3 years ago to the Cubs for Baez.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to shut
So
this
like,
stupid thing down.
you traded your number one, your first round draft pick for a
Hmm.
player that you got half of a year, while other teams were making trades for better players. First of all, for less. So in a way, to me, it almost seems like you have to re-sign him, or else that just looks even dumber than it did before.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I guess, more why I said that too, without even knowing it. But I just feel like Baez is going to be one of those pop players that you kind of stay away from, especially anyone else. Like the Mets, they're pretty much all in. I mean, let's just not even talk about the Mets, can we? I mean, that's how bad they are again. Like,
They
and
disappointed me, and they can't
so
get a
let's just
GM.
I mean, Story's not going to sign back with the Rockies.
No, probably not. It's funny. I've heard a lot of people talk about the Cardinals for him, which would be kind of interesting. He reunites with Arenado. I don't know, it's because here's the other problem too. I mean, we can sit here and speculate, but like the offseason literally just started. Free agency hasn't actually started yet. So there hasn't been too many rumors of where people are going and this, that.
Right.
The only thing that I've heard definite is that the Yankees are signing a shortstop, and the only reason I know that is because the GM and the owner of the team came out and said, "Yeah, we're going to sign a shortstop." So
right.
That's the only reason I haven't heard any other teams that have, said, "Oh yeah, we're definitely going after it." Like I said, I guess the Tigers have been connected to Correa, but I mean, I still think Correa is the best shortstop. I mean, seeing him play, I think he's better than Story. I think he's better than Seeger. I mean, I think that they're all very good. I just think that Correa is probably top of the list, but everybody can have their own opinion, and we'll see. But
I would say Correa has been seen more. Baseball still, sadly, is regional, as they've said, which you should never mention that. But I think if Story gets out to a little bit better of a platform, I think that Story will prove that he's actually better. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I'll stamp it. I think Story will have a better year than Correa this next year.
Okay. We'll see. But whatever. We stick to the shortstop position because the number 2 free agent they have ranked is Corey Seeger. He's only
over Story. Wow.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna give you a hint here, Michael. Hold on, I'm still scrolling. Oh, look at this. Yeah, you're not gonna be happy with Story's ranking here because there's probably 2 people I disagree with ahead of him. But other than that, actually 3 people. 3 people I disagree that are ahead of him on this list. They have because they have him ranked 12th.
12th?
Yeah. Number 2 is Corey Seager. He's going to be 27 on opening day. Obviously, he's been very good for the Dodgers. A nice left-handed bat, which obviously always adds things, to teams. Can't always be right-handed heavy.
On my notes here, it has Seager as already 28 years old.
I don't know. This says this website has their opening day age, and this says Corey Seager 27. So if the website's wrong, listen, people, don't blame me.
Are you looking at 2021?
No, I'm looking at top 50 MLB free agents for 2022.
Okay.
So they got Seager 2. Another one that I can't really disagree with at number 3 is Marcus Simeon. After the year that he had, he might end up being in the MVP race this year. I mean, he went crazy. The most home runs hit by a second baseman, and he had a 7.1 WAR, 115 runs scored, had 42 home runs. I mean, he played unbelievable. I mean, like I said, the only problem with him, and I think why he's listed lower, is he's 31 on opening day. So, I mean, that's 4 years older than Correa and Seager. Number 4, they got our boy, Freddy Friedman. Now, that could be interesting.
He'll be right back. He's not going anywhere.
Freddie is 32. He got his
He's
ring.
Been a Brave.
Michael, we said that about a lot of people. We've said that about a lot of people.
He's the one. I mean, if I were a gambling man and put any money on anything, I would bet everything I had that Freddie Freeman will be a Brave next year.
Listen, all I'm saying is he probably look real good in pinstripes. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. I don't think he's that kind of a person.
I don't think he is either, but I'm just saying.
I mean, you see the video constantly where he goes Halloween shopping, Halloweening. I don't know if that's the word. He goes trick or treating.
Michael. There we go.
And sees a little boy that's dressed up in a Braves outfit. And he goes, "Hey."
By the way, no, Michael. By the way, I know exactly what video you're talking about. That kid had no idea who he was.
I don't think so. I really do not think so.
He's dressed up as Freddie Freeman, and Freddie goes, "Oh, hey, you're dressed up as me," and the kid just is like,
Yeah, and then he goes,
He
"What
literally
number
had
are you
no idea
wearing?" He's
who
like,
he
"That's
was.
my number. Hey, that's my last name. You want a picture?" And the boy's like, "Yeah, okay." Like,
Yeah, no way. By the way, 0% chance that he's a fraud. That little kid is a fraud.
yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
But let's go back. We even said if Mike Trout were to walk down the streets of New York, he would not be recognized.
All right, but see, here's the thing. That's probably true. But would you dress up as Mike Trout for Halloween if you had no idea what he looked like?
I
Don't
mean,
you think it's
I
a
don't
little
know.
weird to dress up as somebody you don't even know? Kind of freaky.
I mean, have you ever dressed up as a pirate for Halloween?
No.
Do
But
you
I know
know a
what pirates
pirate?
look like, Michael. I know
I
what they
mean,
look like. This kid didn't even know what
he
Freddy
did
looked
too.
like.
Yeah, he had a Braves uniform on, had the right number. I mean,
Michael, you're not catching my drift here, ready? I know what a pirate looks like, so I can dress up as a pirate. This kid dressed up as Freddy Friedman without knowing what Freddy Friedman looked like.
I
How
heard you
does that
say it
make
the first
sense?
time.
This doesn't make
I'm
sense.
with you.
Listen, I was never good at math here, but I'm getting -0 on that one. You want to know why, Michael? Because there's no such thing as -0. A little
You're right.
lost here,
You're right.
but whatever. We digress. We digress.
We'll continue on.
Freddie Freeman, number 4. Number 5, they got Robbie. Oh wow, they got Robbie Ray, starting
Robbie
pitcher
Ray.
from the Blue Jays this year. Probably going to win the Cy Young, so I can't really blame them. And you know what, Michael? This is why I said I know that you love your Blue Jays, but things could be a lot different this year.
I got
Simeon,
sneeze. I'm
if
sorry.
they lose Simeon and Robbie Ray, oh,
Sorry
Michael,
about
you're
that.
sneezing in everybody's ears.
Oh,
It's just
am I picked? I guess I am in here. I am so sorry. I'm used to my microphone, guys. I apologize. I turned
look at
away from
this.
it, and
See, guys, see what I have to work with here. It's just unbelievable what I got to deal with.
but I didn't know this. Nolan Arenado is actually on, and he can opt out this year too. So you could have Story
Ooh,
and Arenado get together and say, "Let's go play uh, for the Blue Jays."
I'm gonna go with no. But Robbie Ray, number 5, probably gonna win the Cy Young. He's probably gonna ask for a lot of money. Do the
Mhm.
Blue Jays bring him back? I don't know how much money the Blue Jays want to spend. Because they got Ray and Simeon on pretty solid 1-year deals, and they're both probably
Mhm.
going to want uppers, 30 million a year,
Oh yeah.
and they're already paying George Springer a solid amount. So I don't know. I am not sure how that's going to go. Next up, this just proves how good he is because at age 37 on opening day, he is ranked number 6, and that would be Max Scherzer. And I can't really disagree, Michael.
I mean, no, yeah, I think it's good. Is he a free agent?
Oh, he's a free agent, all right. That's why he's on the list, Michael. When that makes
I
sense.
hate you sometimes.
Number 7 is Chris Bryant. Opening day, he will be 30. Um, didn't play. I mean, he was all right this year. I wouldn't say he was anything crazy, but I still think that
Mhm.
he has untapped potential. And I mean, he's still only going to be 30, which is kind of crazy to me because I feel like he came up when he was so young, and like
Mhm.
him being 30 kind of doesn't make sense to me. But hey, listen, who am I to argue? Um,
What
Number 8,
position
Mike,
do they have him as?
they have him as third baseman / outfield.
Okay.
Now, Michael, the next person is somebody very dear to your heart.
Ooh.
You want to take a guess?
Well, if it's dear to my heart.
Oh, very dear.
Oh, oh, would that be Castellanos?
Oh, you are correct, Michael. Look at you.
Thank you, because he has already opted out.
Yes, sir. 30 years old right fielder. He opted out of 2 years, $34 million that was left on his deal. But
Hmm.
he played very well. And,
He
Michael,
did.
he's kind of a shaky
Passionate.
outfielder. Might head over to the AL, be a little DH.
He won't. I don't think he will. Because that's one reason why him and Mike Moustakas came over to the Reds was both of them wanted to prove that they could still field. They did not want to do the DH.
Well, listen, by the way, Castellanos didn't really prove he could field. Not very good fielder.
He pretty much proved he could do anything he wanted to.
Especially hit home runs in untimely situations. And then, see, this, Michael, is where we get into the part where I start disagreeing with the list of where. See, I would put Trevor Story right here, number 9. But they have Starling Marte at number 9, center fielder. He's going to be 33 on opening day. So he's obviously not going to get a big deal, but I mean, hey, he was very good when he got over there to the A's. So I guess I can't really, fight it too much, but I don't know. I don't think I would put him here.
I can't believe Ian Desmond still plays. He's a free agent. 36 years old.
Any thoughts on Mr. Marte?
At 33 years old, I mean, center field.
You're probably getting a 3-year deal, max.
Yeah, and his WAR this year was 6.7. So, I mean, he's still playing a good, productive game. I want to say I remember when he played for the Pirates, and I hated him because he was a red killer. So, I mean, he's still going to get you good numbers. I mean, the era has changed where it doesn't matter about strikeouts anymore. As long as you're getting on base with hits, with fingers, I mean, you'll be okay. I feel like it's a little high for him with some of these pitchers and different people here, but I'm okay with it. Keep going.
Number 10, they have Marcus Stroman. Starting pitcher, obviously. He'll be 30 on opening day. I guess he did have a solid season. He had 33 starts, posted a 3.02 ERA, 2.2 walks per 9, through 179 innings. So definitely not bad, but I don't know. Number 10? Maybe. And Michael, this is one I think that you'll have an issue with at number 11. Who's one still? We haven't gotten Trevor Story. They have Javi Baez at 11.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I don't think so at all. I mean, the dude. Yeah, no, I'm just going to say no on that and keep on going.
Then
they've got him ranked way too high.
Yeah, he's a very good fielder, don't get me wrong. But kind of lost me.
He's a loose cannon.
I get wow, is this true? Wow. In his final 26 games of the season, Baez batted .366 with a 10.24 OPS, 5 homers, 5 stolen bases, and 14 home runs.
I know after everything went down, like he did start playing better. I didn't realize his numbers were like that, but still don't like you.
Yeah, no, I still think he's too high. Then we have your boy Story. I'll read the little synopsis here they got for him. Story struggled at the plate in 21. Previous 3 years, he averaged 292, 355, 554 slash. This year, it was only 251, 329, and 471. So definitely had a down year. But I still think he's a solid shortstop. He's going to be 29 on opening day, so nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's your boy though, Michael. You got anything for him?
I still think he's going to have a great year. He's going to be getting out of Colorado. Like there was nobody there to protect him in the batting lineup. There's no one there that you could pitch around. I do think that had a problem. And honestly, if you play for Colorado and all year long you think, hey, I'm going to be traded at some point, and you're never traded, I mean, that's going to mess with your mental game just a tad bit. So
yeah, I still can't believe he wasn't traded. Literally can't believe it.
I don't even think Colorado could believe that they didn't trade him. So don't sleep on him. I think he's going to have a great bounce back year. I'm going to say he's going to be the number 1 shortstop next year for the ones that are on free agency. I don't care what position they've got him ranked.
We're going to have to take a look. Kevin Gausman. See, I don't know what this – oh, that must be the amount of starts they made in the season. Okay, now I get that.
Okay.
This says opening day. He's going to be 29. They have him at 13. He was very good this year. He had a 2.81 ERA, 33 starts, 10.6 Ks per 9 inning, 2.3 walks per 9. So he played very well. And, that's the other thing, too. I talked, a little bit about how the Blue Jays are going to look different. Michael, did you know that 4 of the Giants starting pitchers are free agents this year?
Really?
And they lost Posey.
Mm-hmm.
I think Longoria is a free agent. So listen, I know they played very well this year. Michael, I'm not going to lie to you. Might take the under on their wins next year. Just saying.
I don't have Longoria on the list as being a free agent.
All right, maybe I'm wrong. But I thought I heard something about Longoria, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's possible.
Or
14,
less
they have
in my
Kyle.
rankings that I have here.
14, they have Kyle Schwarber. I don't know how much I really like Schwarber. I mean, I feel like he's all right.
Yeah.
He'll be 29. And then, we'll just run down the list a little bit. 15, they got Chris Taylor. I didn't know this. Carlos Rodon, number 16, he is a free agent. Had a nice bounce back year. Another player that I wonder if people will take a chance on at number 17 here, they have Noah Syndergaard. Obviously missed the entire year, but I think he pitched 4 innings this year because he was recovering from Tommy John. I think he pitched the last 2 games of the season, which is just weird to me. Obviously, Mr. Clayton Kershaw. Got to see what's going to be going on with him. Did the Dodgers bring him back? He's had some injury issues these past few years. He's another one that, you can't really seem to think of in a different uniform, but you never know. We have Justin Verlander also going to be a free agent.
I was actually going to mention him. That's a guy I'm kind of interested in.
He's number 19. Wow, he's only made 1 start since 2019. Wow, that's crazy to think of. Number 20, they have JD Martinez, the DH. I think that he has to stay in a American League. Yeah, I mean, he's not a very good fielder. Jorge Soler might get a nice little treat for his, World Series performance. Eddie Rosario, after that postseason performance, might get a nice little treat. You got Eduardo Rodriguez from the Red Sox. Avasa. Oh my gosh, I can never say his name. I can't even say it. I'm not even going to attempt it. Garcia, outfielder. I think it's. I can't say it. It just doesn't compute in my head. It doesn't transfer to the mouth. Can't do it. John Gray, Raciel Iglesias, Anthony Rizzo. Probably coming back to the Yankees though. Apparently, he told his family that he wants to come back.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, that's what I've been told. Kenley Jansen, Steven Matz, Nelson Cruz, and then the list goes on and on. Michael Conforto. See another Giants pitcher here with Anthony Desclafani, AJ Pollock, Eduardo Escobar, Jock Peterson. So definitely a bunch of free agents, Michael. And listen, this is just the beginning. We haven't even had the official start of free agency yet. So.
Oh yeah, of course we may not even have
this
a
is
season.
True. Michael, I think that's a nice tease. I think we save it for next week. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely so.
Do a nice little episode on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Dang it, it's still not working.
I think that'll end it though. We got through
that
it with you
sounds
on your
good.
phone. We got through it with you on your phone. We survived.
Other than one sneeze. I apologize for the sneeze, guys.
Exactly. It was a great show no matter what.
That's
Michael,
right. That's right.
What do you have for everybody before we go then?
Guys, as you usually can see, go follow me at MDLawson00 on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can actually look in all 3 of my bios and find my link tree to find all my good stuff. Also, I want to also give a shout out that this Saturday we have our Count the Bucket about to drop a new logo that we just worked on a little bit.
Sir. Look at that, Michael. See? There you go.
What's that? Oh, did you fix it? Thank you. I do appreciate that. MD Lawson 00. But Count the Bucket will be at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time this Saturday. We may have some guests with us talking about how Miami Heat has been playing hot right now. They've been lighting it up. Miami Wildcats, because I'm a Kentucky boy. Got my guys down there. Tyler Hero will be Sixth Man of the Year. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, that's all my stuff as of right now.
All right. As for me, I have Generational Sports 7 Eastern, Mondays. Me and Josh talk about everything over there in the sports world. And Michael, I'm still waiting for you to see what I did to your name. But that's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. And Michael has no control. He can't even change it back. That's the best part.
I don't think
Anyway, can you? You might be able
to. Honestly, I'm afraid to because I'll be knocking it everywhere.
Don't worry, Michael. I'll change it back. I don't want to make you cry or anything. I don't want to make
Totally
you cry.
fine. It's
I know
all right.
you're an emotional guy.
I mean, I am.
But yeah, Generational Sports. That is Mondays at 7 Eastern. Me and Josh talk about everything, and obviously, I gotta shout out the plug. As always, we've been sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. You know, best place out there to get some your over-unders in. They got rivals over there. So, if you think one person's going to score more points than the other, you can pick them. They have drafts as well, and they are currently matching everybody's first deposit up to $100. So make sure you go over there, use code GenZ at sign up, help your boys out. We're very excited to be partnered with them. Very cool situation for us. Tuesdays, we have the hard count with me and CJ. Michael, you're not the only guy that's working on a new logo, by the way. Just saying. Hard count might have something coming soon.
Oh,
so maybe
nice.
be on the lookout for that. That's at 9 Eastern. Talking everything in the football world. Obviously, we'll break down, game by game, and then go on to the next week as well. Talk about storylines. And then, like Michael said, make sure you tune back into this show. Follow our Twitter, Backstop Banter, over there, where we break down everything going on in baseball. Michael, we're changing the time, right? We're going at 9 now.
Yes, we'll be at 9 as long as we can. 9 o'clock.
As long as Michael's computer actually works on time.
Ain't that the truth?
So
all right,
be back 9 Eastern, people, for us.
Put that gun down, man.
Listen, calm down, Michael. Twitter, Anthony Conover _ Gen Z Sports for the pod. Like I said, follow Backstop Banter as well. But with that being said, I guess that hold on, Michael. Hold on. Oh, there we go. We will see everybody next time.